Mama's favorite podcast. You're a stand-up comedian, dude.
Coffee Club edition.
I feel like that's been every episode. Honestly, maybe this season.
Yeah, late.
There's only been
Definitely after like episode 11 or 12.
we were going strong on like Fridays, and it was like a decent time on a Friday, and now we're like, all right, first thing Monday morning,
Yeah.
let's hop into an episode.
Let's bust this out. Yeah, it's I mean, like I told you, I love being able to sip fucking coffee and bullshit. So now we get to sip coffee bullshit and have everybody sip their coffee and bullshit with us.
Usually I roll right out of bed. Today I actually got up. We got my run in. So I'm feeling
electric?
No, not really. Honestly, I'm pretty tired. I was gonna say I'm feeling pretty good, but I was just gonna lie to everyone.
We don't need that.
My eyes were fucking puffy this morning, dude. I'm like, thank God I didn't go straight to the podcast.
Yeah, looking crazy. You gotta get that ice roller or put that ice bath in the face.
Do you actually do an ice roller?
Hell yeah, baby. I got a Skinny Confidential one, all pink.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. Amanda has one in the fridge, and I don't ever use that.
Oh,
Did this thing just fall?
It looks like it.
I
Yep.
was like, why is this in my lap right now, bro?
You felt something touch that pecker.
What the fuck? Bro, I'm so confused. Like, how that even happened.
It definitely wasn't that one. It was the middle one.
Yeah, right? But
Yeah.
it's all the way, dude. That bitch is still moving.
Huh.
All right, anyway, we're going to hold this episode because I don't want to risk fucking up these cords.
Oh, I see. Yours is wrapped around, so it could have pulled tension. Don't mess with it.
I
now,
know.
though.
That's the worst
Yeah.
thing to mess with.
Yep. Anyways, you brought up I'm a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
I am a stand-up comedian.
I've been thinking all week, like, is this dude about to fall in love with stand-up comedy and leave?
No, you do not have to worry about that.
I was like, what if he loves it?
My drive, desires, and passions still revolve fully around this lifestyle.
All right. How'd it go, dude? Do you have it on video?
I do have it on video, yeah. It definitely, like, doesn't hit like it was in person because it's hard to hear the audio, so, like, you got to pay attention. But let me just set the stage for you.
All right.
So I get into Georgia earlier that week, and I was like, if I'm going there, I might as well make a work trip out of it. So I worked all week and then met up with the guys after I got off of work on Thursday for the comedy set. And I'm doing meetings in Georgia, get back to my hotel, end up practicing like my set a little bit. And I got to say shout out to our guy because when I was going about this comedy set, I'll just paint the full picture for this because it's a great, I guess, story or just build up of what I had to do this past weekend. But when I was talking on our client call the other day, they were asking me like, hey, your comedy set's coming up. Like, what do you got for it? How are you approaching it? This and that. And I had absolutely nothing written down. It was like a week out. And I was like, I don't know. I'll worry about it next week and I'll figure it out. And they gave me the advice to just like tell stories about your life. Like you have funny stories, tell the funny stories. And so I was like, all right. And so I'm thinking of some different things and I'm like, okay, I'll jot this down. And then like something else would come in my mind later and I would adjust things and move it. And so I get my whole set down and it's like 7.5 minutes. Like
That's kind of long for an open mic and like a first time set.
Yeah. But I could not find any information on this comedy club online. Nothing. I tried calling a number. I tried reaching out to this dude who supposedly leads it on Instagram. There was nothing online. So I'm going into this thing just completely raw dogging it. Blind as hell. Don't know what to expect. I don't know what the scene looks like. I don't know what the setting looks like. And so I meet up with them at this one, like, you know the Katy Trail Ice House in Dallas, Texas? It was kind of like that vibe, but like in Georgia.
Okay.
So it was really cool. It was right on a trail. We got one drink, and then Nomis and I had gotten there late because he got off of work, came to the hotel, and then he and I drove together. So we didn't get there till like 7, and that's when we wanted to leave that dinner spot to go to the club because at 7:30 is when the list opens.
You start writing your name in?
Yeah. So we get there at 7. We enjoy a drink. I get some food, and then we go off to this comedy club. Joystick on Edgewood.
That's what it's called?
Yes. It was a great time. Thanks for hosting us. But an interesting vibe. And so we walk in, And the first Uber had gotten there, and the guy started.
How many guys did you have with you?
8.
Oh, you were probably bringing the crowd. Dude.
Oh, yeah, 100%, bro. Sponsored time. You guys know the deal. Here at DTI, we want to help people live a healthier, happier lifestyle. We're excited to partner with First Form because their mission is to impact one person's life a day. First Form gives us the capabilities to help you guys reach and achieve the goals you set forth. Utilize First Form through their supplements or their merchandise to live a more active lifestyle, putting yourself first and prioritizing the things that are important. Try First Form today with the link below. Back to the show. So we brought 8 guys, and the first Uber had got there, and I walk in, and I see them like little fucking schoolgirls just like laughing, telling each other stuff. And I'm like, what's so funny, boys? Something you want to share? I was like, what, do they not have comedy here? And they were like, oh, no, they do. They were like, go look. And I was like, all right, where is it? And so it's like an arcade bar. So like they have like the games and stuff like that. That's why it's called Joystick.
Like, while this is happening?
Yes. Hold on. So walk in, see them laughing at the bar, see the little like video games that you can play, and then there's a room off to the left. So we go in there, and that's just more games and tables and like I think a little kitchen. And so I look at my buddy, and I'm like, where the hell's the comedy club? He goes, right there. And when you take that left, you can take a right, and there's like a closet door looking. Looks like literally it's smaller than these fucking closet doors. So I'm like, what the hell? So he's like, open it. So I open it. There is 3 rows of bleacher seats, like those little wood ones we would have in elementary school. And then about 4 feet in front of that, there's a microphone with a light over top of it.
I saw the picture you posted, but I wouldn't have pictured this setup around it from that other. Oh, that
bro.
looks like a decent little spot.
I have a video of the whole thing, and literally I go like this: microphone, the little DJ booth set, the fucking 3 rows of bleachers.
That's intimidating, them sitting that close to you. I'm actually glad we considered having Mandy's friends, Daisy, the one who's just here for her birthday, and her husband come because they live in Atlanta. So everybody be like, our buddy's going to do stand-up.
Oh, my
Can
God.
you please go record him?
That would have been amazing.
I'm glad I didn't send them to this little closet, though.
And so I was like, well, where's the sign up? And they're like, we already put your name down. You're number 7. And I was like, there's 7 people that have already signed up. And they're like, yeah. There wasn't even like 7 people in the bar.
They're probably like local ones who go to every single open mic. They're like actually grinding out here.
Yeah.
And then they got you coming in fucking just goofing off during their fucking. They're out here grinding, dude, practicing. This is what they do, sharpening their craft.
It's so funny because one of the comedians got out there and like, dude, everybody knew that we were a group together. Everybody knew like we don't usually go there. And so they're fucking cracking jokes at us, and they hear like it's fantasy this and fantasy that, and of course they're making like gay boy jokes and all that kind of shit. And one guy goes up there to do his set, and there was probably 14 to 17 people that got up on the mic. Some better than others.
How many people were in the crowd?
At any given point, there was, well, including my group, so this number sounds way more inflated than it should be.
But you have 8?
Yeah. There was anywhere from 12 to 13 people to probably 17 to 21 people.
Okay. So you were half of the room at all times.
Yeah.
Honestly, helps you, but also probably helps everyone else. They have something to fall back on right now.
Yeah, except when you're not funny, people don't laugh, and it was very awkward. There were some sets that got out there, and I felt like I was like, oh, God, I got to chuckle because nobody's even making a sound. Felt bad. I was like, that's going to be me up there soon. So I'm like.
You had built-in laughter, though.
Yeah.
Like, you just start cracking on your voice, somebody else is going to laugh.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but what I was going to say is one guy gets up there, he goes, something along the lines of like, the fucked up thing is that like, we come up here and we work on this, and this is what we want to do, but you guys are here to like make fun of it because it's a losing competition or something like, or like the loser has to do it. He's like, just think about how I feel. This is what I'm trying to do as my full-time job. This is what I'm trying to get known as. And he like went off on this bit about it in the beginning. It was funny. But after that, it went through like 1 through say 14. We'll say there was 14 people there. The number order I was in was 7. The guy that was running the show was like, Fred, I'm gonna make you go like last because
because they want to keep your people there.
Yeah, that's what we realized, dude. If I would have went 7, the place would have been packed, and like there would have been a big crowd. But because he waited, the comedians would go and then they would leave, and the people with him would leave. And so by the time I went, there was like 4 additional people or 6 additional people in the room. But if I would have went during the full time, I think I would have got like some pretty decent laughs from some of those people that were in there. But it was cool. The way I positioned it was like I went in, that trend on Twitter where like gingers got welcomed into the community.
Into the black community?
Into the black community. So I did a spin-off of that and just saying like along the lines of like me being welcomed into the community and how I was going to go up there and make white jokes and black jokes since I'm in the community now. And then I was like something along the lines of...
You dropped the N-word?
No. I was like, but we're in Atlanta, so I don't want to toe that line. And that got like some pretty good laughter the way that I had it positioned and set up. And then the loser last year, how he had to wear a dress. So I did a whole bit about him getting on stage, singing all the single ladies, knowing he didn't want any of those. And then I was like, you guys get what I'm throwing down. Tyler finally felt comfortable in his own skin. He didn't have to be somebody different in front of the boys. I just played this whole bit like he was fucking gay. And then I pinned it like at the end, like tell Nomis I said hi. And I was like pinning him and Nomis together. And it got good laughter from my group and like other people caught what I was saying. And then I told the spaghetti and meatball story. But I was like all of the ones they weren't like one hitter lines I was doing. It was more like story based comedy. And so the other one was the spaghetti and meatball story. And I was like, as the younger cousin, you always want to fit in, you want to bond, you want to feel part of the group. And then I was like, but sometimes you can take like bonding to a whole new level. I was like, the family would come over, kids would sit around the table, eat dinner, parents would sit in the living room. And I was like, we were eating spaghetti and meatballs. And I was like, so this, then that's where I was like, this is where I took bonding to a whole new level. And I was like, let me remind you guys again, we're eating spaghetti and meatballs. So in order to fit in, I stood on my chair. I stuck my chest out like I was about to deliver the Nobel Peace Prize. And then I said something along the lines of like how I pulled my pants down and shook my shit like in front of them and everybody.
I don't think I've ever heard this.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, dude, the story's great. When I was younger, 6 years old, or like around that age, we were eating spaghetti and meatballs around the dinner table. All the cousins were sitting there. And I just got up on this chair and I was like, you guys want to see my spaghetti and meatballs? Pulled down my pants and just fucking shook my shit.
Never... Dude, you should have fucking ended with that and then pulled your pants down and shook your shit around, dude. That'd killed.
And I was like, guys, let me remind you, I was 6 years old. I was like, my shit looked like the meatballs that you see in a can of Campbell Soup SpaghettiOs. And then I was like, and the weird thing is they still do. And it got some good laughs. And then I was going to continue and tell the story about how my cousin told me, the lesson my cousin taught me about when I become a man in life. And so then I was going to do crowd work and like find a guy with a girl and like have him be smiling.
But there was no guy with a girl?
No, bro. And then there was like another...
I could have guessed that there was going to be no crowd, dude.
And then there was like another part where I like was going to point to somebody and be like, what's good, my brother? And then make another Atlanta joke, but like I couldn't do that. So I only got through half of what I wanted because there was a 4-minute time period. But I mean, it was cool. Like I was nervous when I knew what order I had to go in because I was like, fuck, was that number 4? Was that 5? Like, does he count as 1? Does he not? And then when he was like, you're going last, like, dude, and like very minimal nerves. Like all of those just like went away.
I mean, it was just most of your friends at least at that point, which makes it a lot easier. I actually think I'd be more nervous in front of my friends than strangers.
Yeah. I told them, like, we used to go to this comedy club called, what the heck? Hyenas in Dallas. And it was a good comedy club. Like it was probably like if our main level is completely cleared out, like from front to back, side to side of house, it was probably like 1.5 times that size. Oh, yeah, and like big. Those tables would fill the fuck up. Yeah. And so they typically had like good comedians there. But I was telling them, like, I almost wish that it was like a packed place because then you can really judge like,
It's even good.
Yeah, is
but would you actually care if it was good? Like, you're doing it for a
but it definitely fuels it. Like, when people started laughing, like, I was like, all right, let's go. And I just feel like my energy could have been like totally different. I went up there and I like grabbed the mic. I was like, "Woo, joystick was good." And then I like dropped it low and I was like, "Good thing Ethan's still not in here, or he might think that I swing his way." And everybody started laughing because there was this one comedian that went up there and he was just talking about how he was gay and getting butt fucked and like all this different stuff. And so I said that, and the like locals that were there, they laughed at that one. But yeah, overall, I mean, it was good. Everybody was asking, like, do you think the dress was worse or do you think the stand-up comedy was? I think the anticipation for the stand-up comedy was a lot worse than last year's loser. I actually think like probably stand-up comedy was like all around, just because like worse? Tyler,
I think so too. Like,
everybody bought into Tyler's. They knew what was going on. He knew the song duration.
Somebody comes out with a dress, like the bar is gonna go crazy. People are gonna laugh for a minute, but like if you're feeding into it, they're just gonna fuel it even more. Stand up, like if you went up there and completely bombed, granted it was most of your friends, like you're gonna get some laughs anyway. You have easy like cheap laughs to grab. But they're gonna laugh. But it's still just a weird, you're talking to an empty room. Like, it's just silent. Everyone's eyes are on you.
And too, like when you're up there with the microphone, the speakers are facing that way, so you can't hear like, are you loud enough? Are you not loud enough? Like, it's very weird. Like how audio works. But I had to like go.
I've rapped to an empty room before.
That is true. But yeah, no, it was good. And then after that, we just went and hung out for a little bit. And then it was an early night because I had to work Friday, and so did a couple others. But it was fun.
You gonna do it again?
Hell no.
Fix up your set, dude. See what worked, what didn't.
No, I'm good. There were some people that would just like tell a joke and like nobody would laugh at all, and they were like, all right, well, that one's off the list or something like that, and then people would laugh, and it just kept happening over and over. Or like they would make a racist jokes towards like their own people, and we would like laugh at that. And he was like, all right, I get it. So you guys like when I end my jokes, and you like when I tell racist jokes, so we'll just stick to racist jokes for now.
That is how it goes. Like, if you're actually doing it though, most of it is like just trial and error. All right, that one is not the one.
There were so many of those, bro, and that's when everybody would laugh the hardest.
Like, even like some of the best comedians, if they go to open mics, it's probably not the greatest set.
Yeah. That's how, who is it? Kevin Hart and Burt Kreischer? Like, that's, I mean, a majority of them go to those small local stuff. Though. Yeah.
Like, everybody gets started the same way. There's really like no cheat code.
I could see why people love it though. Like, dude, when you get those laughs in that room, like, gets going.
It's immediate response.
And like if you can just banter back and forth with people, like I could really see how people love doing comedy and why they do it, especially too because like again, you can talk on past traumas and people laugh about it, but like it's a way to like get it off your chest. Oh, I did say one joke. I was talking about how did it go? I was talking before I did the spaghetti and meatball set. I was talking about how I'm like up there for one reason only, like lost in fantasy, paying forward a debt. Life's about getting uncomfortable, stepping out of your comfort zone, this and that. And I was like, so I'm doing just that. I was like, so today I'm going to be talking about like childhood trauma. I was like, we all have childhood trauma, some darker than others. And then I like stop and I look at my phone a little bit and I'm like, sorry for those of you that got touched by your uncles. And I was like, ooh, and everybody started laughing at that. And I was like, don't worry, that's the only dark joke that I have today. I was like, unless I tell some more black ones later. And the guys on the edge of the room, they were like, come on. It was hilarious. Yeah. I was like, that one hit. And then I did make a joke about Trump that I thought would stick, but it did not get the laughter that I wanted. I was sad. And then after I said it, I was like, oh, man, I thought that one would really hit. And then everybody started laughing.
It's when they get you, man.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was my weekend in a nutshell.
That's a lot of jokes in a 4-minute set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't think about how
4 minutes goes a lot longer than you think it does.
You hear that?
Ladies. You wish you could go 4 minutes.
I do. I actually don't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, what a game for. Optic Nerve was our very first sponsor here at the Desire to Inspire podcast, and it's still one that we are pumped to be partnered up with today. I was linked up with them when I was living in Colorado. They are owned and operated out of Vail, and all of their products get tested in the mountains, so you know that it's built for an active lifestyle. Freddie and I rock these things all the time. They are made with planet-friendly materials, from recycled plastics to natural wood, and every pair comes with a lifetime warranty. So, I mean, what are you really doing? Hit the link in our bio, support DTI, support Octave Nerve, look fly doing it. Whether you're just out enjoying a nice stroll or getting active, Optic Nerve has got your back. So go to opticnerve.com and use code DTI for 20% off your order today. That's opticnerve.com, code DTI.
Yeah, so that was my weekend. And then the weekend we went to our buddy's lake house, had fun.
Oh, they got a lake house out there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we had a pontoon
I thought you guys
boat.
just rented a boat.
No, pontoon boat, jet skis, four-wheelers.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so what we did since all the guys were together is we did our fantasy draft this week as well. Not like actually drafting, but like getting the order. So I will say your boy, told Lo this too, said your boy is the most athletic one out of the group. She's like, what do you mean? I came in first in every single event except for two. And the two that I didn't come in first in were chugging and flip cup. Or chugging and, yeah, I think it was flip cup. I was like, you know what? I'll take that. And so I get to pick my draft order. So I do want to ask you, if you got first pick in an 8-man league.
Oh, you get to pick
where would you pick? Or where would you want your drafting to be?
Is it a snake draft?
Yep. 1, 8, 8.
Yeah. I don't like to go first.
I refuse to go first this year because of last year and the year before that. I've gotten fucked both times.
With 8 people, I think you can get away with being towards the end easier. I'd probably go like 6.
Okay. I don't hate that.
But like, I would see who I actually want. Like, I haven't played fantasy in the last couple of years, so like, I don't even know like who's at the top right now.
Yeah.
But I'd probably see like who I want and where he could realistically fall to, and then go like somewhere there. But it's probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to check because, like, last year I got fucking Christian McCaffrey, and he just, yeah.
You know the way, like, you've played with these guys enough, like, you know kind of how they draft. Like, that's what I would always do. Like, once we saw our order doesn't come out ahead of time, though. So, like, we would always do, like, day of, randomize it, and then we just go in.
Yeah, they want me to tell them by today, and I'm like, dude, let's wait until closer to draft time so that way it builds the suspense.
Because then people start talking, like, oh, who are you taking?
Yeah.
That's what we always did a day of. Because, like, if somebody's 1 and somebody else is 3, like, 3 will just try to figure out who 1's taking so they know where to go.
Yeah.
I don't like that. You need to figure it out on the fly.
Yep. I'm going to call the commissioner today. See what he says. But, yeah, so I came in first in all those. Felt good. Felt athletic during some of them. We did a little home run derby, cornhole. We didn't do a racing one this year. We did a swimming one. I came in first in the swimming one. I was like, if I don't fucking
all that
first.
prep, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I'll be embarrassed if I don't.
How far?
It was just like a lap around the boat. Yeah. So we did all those, but it was cool, man. Like you were talking about when you went on that one vacation with Mandy in the mountains. The cabin. Like, there's just something special about being able to have, like, multiple different groups of friends. Like, I was blessed and fortunate to meet Matt in Dallas and John in Dallas. And then because I got to meet them, that's when I got introduced to, like, all of the Georgia boys. And it's just really cool to be able to have that solid group. Like, I could see those guys, majority of them being in my life for, like, the remainder of it, which is so cool. And you go there, and it's just completely different conversations than what you have with, like, your immediate close group of friends. You get to hear other people's, like, ambitions and drives and stuff like that. And so it was a breath of fresh air to be around those guys and get to catch up, because everybody is just, they're on it, man. Some of them having fucking kids. Others are maybe moving to Chicago. Others are, like, getting married. Like, there's just so many different, like, tiers and things that people are going through. And they just, like, really focus on the good stuff in life, which is, like,
it's
rejuvenating to be around.
That's cool.
Our first place. I forget what first place gets, but the person that comes in, like, 6th in our league this year has to do a half marathon or a high rocks. the person that comes in.
You're doing 3 losers this year?
There's like 3 different things. The third place guy has to caddy for the first place guy for a round of 18 at next year's draft party.
That's fucked.
And then
does he get to play too or just caddy?
I think just caddy.
Yo, I'd be pissed, bro. All my boys are golfing and I gotta carry his kids' clubs.
And then there's one other one. Oh, the loser has to either lose or gain 10% body weight before the following year's draft. And so I told the boys, I was like, hey,
that's a lot.
Let's
20 pounds for me.
Damn. That is a lot. Some of them got 20 pounds to lose. Some of them got, I don't know if anyone has.
It'd be easier for me to gain 20 pounds, but I don't want to get up to 220.
What would I have to get to? 165.
You'd be going up to 180s.
Damn.
We're getting down.
Meatball.
We're getting down to 150, bro. Like, that's a lot. Like, if you're already in shape, that is a fucking wild. Wow.
Yeah. So, but it's cool because like this year, like you can even see a shift. Like the drinking was not as excessive as it was 3 years ago, and
it's also just bodies can't handle it these days, man.
Yeah. And like we went out and got a run in, like it's. And now we have these metrics where it's not like put a dress on or go on a comedy stage. It's like, no, start getting in shape or like work towards this. So I offer the boys to create a group and come and join the Inspired. And we'll do some sort of fantasy price tier to get everybody in there, get everyone on the same like full body style workout.
Nomus is already in it, right?
Yep. Yeah. And then from there, we would just custom tailor, add things into other people's as they grow or whatever. But I told him, I was like, man, if these are going to be our punishments, to me, I'm like, that's a fucking reward. Let's go, baby. If that's going to be our punishment, then I want to make sure that we aren't only having to do the chugs this year on video. Like now we can shit talk each other for missing the gym and not being dialed here and doing all this stuff. So again, that's just another thing where it's like, fuck yeah. Like we're all on the same page. We all have the same vision. Like we want to just continue to make sure life is going good.
Oh yeah, that's dope. It's a lot more of a healthy alternative.
Yeah. Yep. So times are changing, people are changing, but overall, from a fantasy weekend perspective and from just a life perspective, it was a really good weekend. I will keep saying this to everybody. I will scream it from the mountaintops. The higher and higher and more known we get is get uncomfortable, try new things, do different stuff because it pushes you out of your comfort zone to be able to adapt, grow, learn, develop everything. Like I did not want to do that comedy set at all. But again, the entire time that I was going into it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to kill it. And then I was thinking, I'm not supposed to be good at this. It's just like golf. If you don't golf a lot, don't expect to be fucking good at it. And so I went in there with no expectations. I told my mom, I want one laugh in the set and I'll be happy. Because again, I'm not supposed to go up there and be good at it. And so when you go and try new things or you try and adapt in life to like go a different angle, realize you're not supposed to be good at something. So keep the expectations low and then build from them. The more you learn, if you fail, you'll learn even more. So just keep tackling those things in life. Try different things because it opens up the perspective of where you are versus where you want to be. And that's all I got for y'all today. Have the desire to inspire. Kiss yo mama. It's on.
Peace.